Hello, it is Saturday, November 16th, 2024. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Saturday crossword today, which means we're going to be solving what may well be the trickiest puzzle of the week, a difficult, themeless crossword. And this difficult, themeless edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Casey Brandt, Michael, and as always, the indomitable Shoalmaster, the indefinable Charlie Paget, and the inexplicable Chris Ward. Thank you so much to the five of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support. They do, of course, sustain this channel. They keep it going. They make it an ongoing part of my daily work, and for that, I'm very grateful. Thanks to those five and to everybody who supports the channel via Patreon. If you'd like to do so yourself, you can head to patreon.com/dailysolve or click the description-filled link where you'll find the bonus videos, including 2 weeks, a single video with 2 weeks of mini puzzles solved very quickly. And I did actually pretty well this time, so I was pleased with myself. So check that out if you're a patron. And thanks to everybody who is one. If you'd like to help the channel in another way, you can subscribe on YouTube. That does really help. And finally, there's that Daily Solve Discord chat server, a nice friendly chat community linked in the description field as well. All right, let's get on to today's crossword, shall we? It could be tricky, so let's not waste any more time. This was constructed by Peter Gordon, who's responsible for well over 100 puzzles in the New York Times, very experienced constructor, and it was edited once again by Joel Faliano. It's a Saturday puzzle, no theme. Let's start solving. Goober. I don't know, a dork or something. I'm not really sure what we're going to put there. Crunched stuff. Data? Yeah, okay, maybe it is dork. Wow, that would be a great pull if I managed to get that right off the bat. Let's try it and see. Blank Lee, activist who led the movement to make Juneteenth a federal holiday. I should probably know this, but I don't offhand. Small stream. Oh. I would have wanted to say Rhea, but that's obviously not right because it's not long enough. A rill, maybe? R-I-L-L? I think that might be a small stream. Let's look at this and see. Headquarters of Talofa Airways. Wow, I don't know that airline. Is it Addis Ababa, maybe? No, we'd need 2 Ds there. I don't know what this is. Ballerina who popularized, well, I guess rill could be wrong. No, but it doesn't matter because this couldn't be a D. Anyway. Ballerina who popularized the Nutcracker. I have no idea about that. I've seen the Nutcracker many times, but this would have been before my time, obviously. Word on Saudi Arabia's flag. Allah, I would think. Oops. There we go. Home to a real pipperoo of song. Oh, that sounds familiar. What is that? Maybe I'm mixing that up with the Chim Chim Cheroo from Mary Poppins. I probably am. I'm not sure what this is. Woodstock artist. Is it someone who performed at Woodstock, or is it doing something punnier? I'm not sure. Grinchy shout. What does the Grinch shout? Does the Grinch shout bah? I mean, that's bah humbug is Scrooge from A Christmas Carol. But maybe the Grinch from The Grinch Who Stole Christmas. Maybe it's Grinchy because Scrooge and the Grinch have both sort of turned into generalized, they're names you could use to describe somebody beyond the confines of their original source material. So that could be the answer. Outlaws. Oh, yeah, okay. So outlaws not as a noun, but as a verb. If you outlaw something, you ban it. So there we go. Like participants in the rite of Rumspringa. Oh, Amish. This is Rumspringa. This is when people who are raised in an Amish community, they're given a period of time to sort of live, outside of Amish strictures for a year, for some amount of time, maybe a year. And that kind of, the intention, I think, is to sort of ultimately reconfirm their dedication to this lifestyle. Apologies if I'm sure I'm getting something wrong about that, but I think that's what that is. Present time. Now or... oh, no, it's not. It's time when presents are given. Noel, Christmas time. I think that's probably it. Something to wear while watching the game. I'm not sure. While watching the game. It could be watching game as in game animals. Is there some kind of camouflage or something like that? I don't know. So headquarters of Talofa Airways. I don't know. Samoa? Oh, Apia Samoa? That could be it. Let's try it and see. Opal Lee. That sounds sort of familiar. Hopefully that's correct. Activist who led the movement to make Juneteenth the federal holiday. Okay. So home to a real pipperoo of song. Oh, Kalamazoo. Oh, I have heard this. What is this? Is it Chattanooga Choo Choo, maybe? Might be. Okay, so ballerina who popularized the Nutcracker. This I really don't know. Doesn't look obvious either. Woodstock artist. Something to wear while watching the game. Yeah, I really haven't a clue. 2002 movie with the tagline, Higher Education just hit a new low. 2002. Oof. I don't know. I think the early 2000s is probably, honestly, among the eras of film with which I'm least familiar. I mean, I think you could go all the way back to the 40s, and I would probably be in some ways more familiar with cinema of that decade than I am of specifically the early 2000s, just because at that time I was at university and I just wasn't really watching new films all that much. Let's see. Revel noisily. I don't know. Something to wear while watching the game. I'm really curious what this one is, but I don't know it now. A great deal, much. That's pretty straightforward. Woodstock artist. What is this? I don't know. I'm very curious about this ballerina name as well. Maybe Rill is wrong. I don't know. Angel hair topper. Ragu, maybe? Angel hair pasta? Is there any way that's right? This doesn't look good, does it? Camping kits for preparing meals. Something stoves or cooktops or something, or cookers, or camping kits for preparing meals. I don't know. Let's see. College basketball powerhouse, no clue. Not deliberate. Well, it could be not deliberate or not deliberate. So it could be an adjective, it's not deliberate, or it could be a verb, to not deliberate over or about something. Probably the former. It's probably an adjective. Not deliberate, sort of inadvertent. What would be a short word for that? I don't know. Leads down the aisle at a wedding informally. Informally. Gives, like gives away? I don't think that's right. Flicks as a butt. What do you call that? I assume this means a cigarette butt. Ashes, yes, you ash your cigarette. There we go. I think that works. Food that can be prepared quickly. A ready meal, maybe? No. TV dinner. Food that can be prepared quickly. It could be something. It could also be something misleading. Buzzy promos. Buzzy promos. Something ads? I don't know. Valentino competitor for short. YSL, Yves Saint Laurent, maybe? It's referring to a fashion house. I don't know if that's right. I'm just going to try it and see. Not deliberate. Well, ending with a Y is actually pretty good for an adjective. Leads down the aisle at a wedding informally. Ooh, I do not know. That doesn't look better. I don't know. Sandbar, shoal. There we go. This is a tricky puzzle, I think. Let me know how you're faring with it. Food that can be prepared quickly, buzzy promos, revel noisily, carouse, or I'm not sure. Housemate, e.g., roommate? Could be. I mean, it could be something else, though. I mean, I don't have any crosses, so there are probably other things that would fit in 8 letters. So what is the 2002 movie with the tagline, Higher Education just hit a new low? I assume it's something set. I mean, I said I was at university starting in 2002, and this could have taken place there. It probably did, higher education. But I don't know. Okay, revel noisily. Go. I'm sure that'll be obvious. Place, spot, a particular place, a particular spot. College basketball powerhouse. Yeah, still don't have any ideas about that. Something to wear while watching the game. Huh. It feels like a punny clue to me, but I don't have the answer. Element between Platino and Mercury. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. In 3 letters. I don't know. Tin? I don't. Host of The Joy of Painting. That's Bob Ross, famously. Revel noisily. Ends with an ER, probably. Buzzy promos. Probably ends with an S. Phrase on ID tags. Hello. No. I was thinking of something like, hello, my name. Actually, well, maybe it is. Maybe this isn't Kalamazoo. Then that would... No. I mean, it almost fits. Hi there, my name is? No. I don't know. Holy book in one spelling. In one spelling. What holy book could end in M? Can Quran be spelled? Can end with an M? I don't know. Bible or Torah, neither of those seems very likely to. Sutra, I don't know. I can't think of anything. I mean, obviously, it's just because I don't know the spelling in question. Italian province on the Swiss border. Not sure offhand. Big bands could be, obviously, you're meant to initially think of a kind of big band in a jazz sense, but it could be something punny that I don't know. Subject of New York City's first public statue of a woman, 1915. Don't know. Continually criticized. Boy, this is going terribly, isn't it? For me. Wordle score that elicits the message genius. Is that if you get it in 1 or 2, maybe? It'll be one of those, but I don't know which. I don't really know how getting it in 1 makes you a genius, though. Because there'd be no way that would happen only via luck. Getting it in 2, you could at least say, well, you're making very good inferences based on information. Corporate money. Oh, no, but it is going to be 1. Okay, well, fair enough. Corporate, that's not the fault of this clue. That's just the actual Wordle design. Corporate money managers would be CFOs, chief financial officers. So I think that is 1. Okay. Phrase on, maybe they thought saying lucky was sort of patronizing. I don't know. Anyway, phrase on ID tags. Right. So let's put Kalamazoo back in here. And what might this be? ID tags. Oh, I guess an ID tag isn't the thing that says, hello, my name is. That's a name tag. An ID tag would be something more permanent. Something like if found, return or something. I don't know. Okay, Italian border, province on the Swiss border. Surely this is CFO. I don't know. Big band. Oh, maybe it is jazz something. Jazz, big bands. Woodstock artist. Oh, it's Peanuts, the comic strip featuring Woodstock, the little bird character. So Charles Schultz is the artist behind that character. Okay, that's good. So what on earth is this name? Ballerina, tall chief? Doesn't seem likely. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Something to wear while watching the game. I mean, could it be an indigenous name? I don't know. Something to wear while watching the game. Oh, no, never mind. I thought I had an idea, but it's not. Okay. This is going awfully. Revel noisily. Rouster? I don't know. What have I not seen? Oh, does a job for a summer. I haven't looked at this. What might that be? Oh, adds? Does a job for a summer. Someone who sums things together. They add numbers together. Maybe. Let's look at the crosses. Buzzy promos. Yeah, okay, it probably does end with ads. And then food that can be prepared quickly. I don't know. Prime Minister of Ireland is the Taoiseach. Oh, boy. Oh, no. Something like this. I think there's a U in there. Oh, goodness. Oh, oh. That's a brutal clue. I mean, it is the Taoiseach. I do know that. But I don't, I mean, there are quite a few vowels in this word. That is brutal. I think we're going to put an S here. Veet rival. I've never heard of Veet. I have no idea what that is. About 91,500 are produced by a gallon of propane. Ends with an S, I guess. Okay, so the S goes here. Is it EUCH? I think that's right. Something like this. It's something in this vein. Taoiseach, the Prime Minister of Ireland. It'll be something around this. Veet rival. I don't know. Phrase on ID tags. Oh. Okay, about 91,500 are produced by a gallon of propane. I don't know. It's a unit of. It's obviously a unit, but I don't know what it is. Blank Dragon, Pete's Dragon. I've never seen it or its recent remake, but I've heard of the film. All-star point guard Young. No idea. Oops. Being, to sartre. Être means to be in French, but can also mean being in the sense of human being. Être humain. Shake off. Shed? Oh, yeah, you shed your skin, you shake it off as a snake or something. Mind, you mind what I said, heed it. Okay, so I don't know this point guard. Is cautious, takes care. Yeah, okay, good. At least this corner is a little bit more forgiving. Like some asteroids. Something Earth, yeah. Yeah, that looks better. SEACH. That is going to be how you spell Taoiseach. Yep. Good. Okay. Like some, yes. Okay. Feeling much better about that. I'm still not certain about the OI, but we'll come back to it. So like some asteroids near Earth, that makes sense. Like three balls. I don't know what that means. A poet whose line, "The road of excess leads to the palace of wisdom," is quoted in Bill Durham. I've never seen Bill Durham, actually. I think it's a pretty well-regarded film, but anyway. Keats, I guess. It's probably Keats. No, wait, it isn't. There's a K there. I sort of transposed the K up to the top somehow. Who is this? I don't know. Anti-penultimate word in a noted Neil Armstrong quote. That's one small step for man, or a man, one giant leap for mankind. There we go. So the anti-penultimate word, the third to last word. Wait. It's one small step for man, one giant leap for... Yeah, it is. Leap for mankind. So leap is the anti-penultimate or third last word. Okay, piece with a point. An épée, maybe? I don't know why that's a piece exactly. Maybe not. Like three balls. Is that in billiards or snooker or something? Is it red? Is the three ball red? I haven't a clue, but maybe. Oh, I see. So the piece with a point is an op-ed. It's an opinion. It's an opinion piece in a newspaper. Okay. So enlists for as an unwelcome task. Something's drags into. If someone enlists you to do something that's unwelcome, they maybe drag you into it. That's fine. Pulse, e.g. Pulse is obviously a sort of pretty ordinary word, but I could easily imagine it being a brand name or a proper noun in some context. Could be any number of things in that context. Veet rival, right? Still no idea what that is. It feels like maybe some kind of medication, maybe a sort of hair removal thing, but maybe I'm just confusing that with something that sounds similar. Cold palate cleansers. Don't know. Goes green, maybe. Do I think it ends with an S? No, probably not. It's probably two words and the S comes at the end of the first word. Big Dipper, a ladle? Literally a big, could be. Mahalo nui blank, words from a grateful Hawaiian. Mahalo nui loa, maybe? Hurdles for would-be doctors. I'm not certain about loa. It's just my guess. Hurdles for would-be doctors. Oh, orals, oral exams? Do they have to do? I mean, doctors probably have to do an oral exam in graduate school. That's probably right. Let's try this and see. Represent. My first thought was agent, but that's a representative. To represent. I mean, this might be not right still. Model Hadid, who wore a spray-on dress at a 2022 Paris fashion show. Bella Hadid, I've heard of. So maybe she did that. Let's see. Cold palate cleansers. Oh, sorbets. Yes. Okay. I have seen sorbets referred to as palate cleansers. Maybe before a full dessert course or something. Subject of New York City's first public statue of a woman. Oh, is it Joan of Arc? Wow. I didn't know that. Wow. I wonder where that is. I wonder if it's still there. Probably is. Interesting. How do I not know that? Represent. Oh, act as. If you represent someone, you act as them. I mean, that's one way to use that word. Okay, so this is loa. So maholo nui loa. Okay, great. So good for nothing, useless? Yeah, that's probably right. Goes green, maybe. Oh, feels ill. Yes, if someone, you could sort of say, oh, you're going green, and they say, I'm feeling ill. Okay, so phrase on ID tags. Huh. Oh, famous? Why would an ID tag say that? Famous at... I don't quite understand that. Oh, is it Idaho? Whoa, it's not ID, it's not identification. It's ID for Idaho. Famous potatoes or something. Famous... Oh, maybe this isn't drags into. Yeah, that must be it. So it must be Idaho license plates must say famous potatoes on them. I did not know that was the case. I mean, I've heard that Idaho is famous for growing lots of potatoes, but famous potatoes is a very funny thing. Just as a phrase, I find that very funny to have on a license plate, but fair enough. Okay, so if one enlists someone for something as an unwelcome task, one ropes into, there we go, same idea. You drag someone into something, you rope them into it. Okay. Pulse, e.g., I'm still not sure about that. What about this? Como. Okay, I was thinking maybe like Lake Como, but I actually didn't know it was the name of a province as well. Let's see. Continually criticized, hammered at, yes. Or yammered at, maybe? Which do I think is more likely? Angel hair topper. Halo. Oh, right. Okay, it's not pasta. It's punny in a different way. So it's a topper in the sense of something that goes over an angel's hair, the top of their head, halo. Okay, so that's hammered at. Here we have camping kits for preparing meals. Something sets? It does say kits, so you could imagine a kit being a set. Cook sets, maybe. That's probably just a common camping-related phrase that I don't know. Holy book in one spelling. It is Quran, probably. Okay, could be a different vowel. It might not be an A, but I bet that's right. That was my first thought, and I think it's probably correct, in some form anyway. Young haddock. Is that a spraud? Pulse, e.g. Yeah, pulses, right. This means the sort of pulses like, sort of grains, like some things that we refer to as beans, are seeds. Sorry, I don't know why I put a P there because I guess it goes up here. I think it's spraud. Oh, no, maybe it's scrawd. Jazz orchestras. So roommate would be wrong. That's fine. That was a bit of a guess anyway. So big bands or jazz orchestras. Okay, that's actually a very straightforward answer. That was my first thought when I saw it, but then because I thought maybe this was correct, I didn't pursue it. So something to wear while watching the game. Oh, something hat. Oh, okay. What kind of hat? I don't know. So this looks like karam then. Well, no, maybe it isn't. Because I only had an M there because maybe it's just Quran. Holy book in one spelling. I guess because you could also spell it, Q-U. So let me get rid of that, sorry. So maybe that's what it means. So maybe the end of it isn't actually at all counter to what I would ordinarily expect. Okay, so housemate, e.g. Something name? I don't know. I'm going to leave that out just because I don't know what's going on with 21 down yet. Boy, this is a tough puzzle, I think. Brownish grays, tops. And then, BTUs. That's so frustrating. This is British thermal units. That was another thing that was my first thought when I saw this. And I just completely I didn't even bother saying it because I just took it for granted that roommate was correct for housemate. And Boy, it's amazing how long it took me to rethink that. Be careful about that. If you put something in that when at the time you put it in, if it had no crosses whatsoever, and you weren't 100% certain that it was the only thing that could be the answer, be very careful because you might end up doing what I just did, which is waste probably multiple minutes, honestly, or wasted for me by not rethinking roommate. That's unfortunate. Okay, Vitra. Wow. Nair. That's a hair removal thing. Okay. What is it? Depilatory? Is that what those are called? I think that might have been right about my I must have seen this before somehow. I don't feel consciously that I recognize it, but I must have somehow encountered it and known that it was one of these substances. Okay, because I think this is probably Nair. So what's the housemate, e.g.? Co-tenant. Spot is also wrong. Oh my goodness. And that I probably was convinced was correct because of roommate. So that really did throw everything off here. So place is a site. There we go. That's perfectly correct. So something to wear while watching the game. Boy, this isn't looking better than it was before, though, is it? Don't know. Maybe I'll remove the A from Quran just again to sort of emphasize that I don't know what's going on here. Okay, so now that I've fixed that, 2002 movie with the tagline "Higher Education's hit a new low." What might that be? Slackers. That must be it. Is that? I've never seen this. Okay, that must be it. Something to wear while watching the game. Safari hat. It was game in the sense of animals. Okay, this must be Tall Chief. Okay, I'll have to look this up. I wonder if she was a Native American ballerina. But I honestly don't know the history of sort of specific performers of the Nutcracker. Okay. I do know that as a ballet, it wasn't immediately successful or all that well regarded during Tchaikovsky's lifetime. I do know that. And obviously has become maybe the most or within the top three most well-known and successful ballets, I would say, along with Swan Lake, also by Tchaikovsky. Revel noisily. Yeah, it looks like Rouster, doesn't it? That sounds right. Oh, no, Royster, maybe. Which do I think it is? College basketball powerhouse. Yeah, I think it's probably Royster. And this is like Huskies, maybe? It sounds plausibly like the name of a team. Not deliberate, hasty. Leads down the aisle at a wedding informally. Ushers, I guess, as in performs the job of an usher. So sort of a retroactively created word from usher. Ushers, I would think. Food that can be prepared quickly. Short order, right, okay. So if you're a short order cook, you might work at a diner or something and prepare food quickly on a griddle. Buzzy promos are teaser ads, I see, okay. So I guess in that they're intended to sort of create buzz around an upcoming film. It's just a short little teaser. And then element between, I didn't even take into account that these were not English language, that these were not English language names of these elements. I don't know why that didn't register for some reason, but anyway, the answer is oro for gold, of course. So between platinum and mercury, and there we go. Wow, that was a tough solve, and I didn't do myself any favors, I have to admit. So co-tenant, my assumption that this was roommate probably did me more harm than any other single word I typed into this grid today. So be very careful about that. And it's funny because I remember when I put it in, I might have even said aloud, I can't quite exactly remember that, but I definitely remember feeling, oh, well, I have no crosses on this. There's no way to know this is correct. There are probably other things that can go here. But my intention was to remember that, but I just sort of didn't. I mean, once you've actually put something in the grid, it's very difficult to force your brain to remember which things in the grid are tentative and which things in the grid are considered final. And I essentially immediately forgot and started treating this as correct, which obviously it wasn't. And that led me to then put even more incorrect answers in the grid, such as spot for place. And then that just compounded my problems. So I think it was a tricky puzzle no matter what. I mean, I think, Appius Samoa as the headquarters of Talofa Airways, ballerina who popularized the Nutcracker, Tall Chief. I mean, these are things you'd have to just have this specific knowledge in order to be, Como. I mean, it's not an obscure place necessarily, but it's you'd need that specific knowledge to be able to just put that right in. What else? Did we have any other things like that? I guess, yeah, if you weren't, oh, of course, Taoiseach, yes. This would be the destroyer of an answer. I mean, I was fortunate in that, I just do know that. So, I didn't, but obviously I was conscious typing it in. This is a very difficult word to spell, and in English, if you're an English speaker, it doesn't look the way that it sounds. So even if you'd heard the phrase, that wouldn't necessarily help you solve it unless you'd read it as well. So that's very tricky. That's probably the trickiest thing in the puzzle. Because I think for a lot of people, you'd have to get it 100% through crosses. Anyway, yeah, a very tricky Saturday. Let me know how you managed with this one in the comment section or the Daily Solve Discord chat server. And definitely I could have done a lot better had I not made actually, you know what? Had I made a less hasty, more deliberate choice when I was filling out the grid. So that's my lesson to learn. Anyway, that's it for the Saturday crossword. I'll be back tomorrow for what should be absolutely a less difficult, but much larger Sunday grid. So join me for that. But until then, please do have an excellent remainder of your Saturday. Take care.